What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Marriage Unmastered. This is me, your boy Hen, and I'm here with the amazing, lovely, sexy, wonderful wife, Shireal.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, y'all. So, as you know, we are in year 10 of our marriage, or I'll say at least approaching year 10
Right.
this October. So, as we're getting ready to celebrate, this October. We're going through the days and the times of us coming together, us loving each other. And this episode is called Year Two.
Right. So hopefully you had an opportunity to listen into last week, which was year one. We're just taking a journey over the last 10 years of our marriage and kind of reflecting and seeing how far we've come.
Hmm. Talk about reflection, right? Reflection, retribution, redemption, repurposing, repackaging.
You're just
10.
saying any R re
Yeah, I'm just trying to make
Okay.
it sound dope.
Okay. Uh yes.
Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. Please don't.
Sorry. Yeah, so it's funny. So as we started talking about doing these years episodes, it's like it's really hard to even like remember what exactly was happening each year.
Mm.
Like, so I'm like, do you even remember year two?
No, I kind of don't. What I do remember is that we started getting into a groove of our marriage. I was still working in the detention center. Schedule was crazy. Did we start doing like more traveling?
I think we may have done some traveling, but I think what I remember the most, if I'm accurate, is year two is when we started really thinking about finances
Mm.
and how we even communicate with finances. Because year one, we weren't doing a really good job of being stewards over our money. We weren't doing a good job of being able to even communicate about
We
money.
wasn't doing nothing. We was like the New York melting pot, just trying to figure out how to even manage together.
Right. So I think two is the year we went to financial peace.
Mm. That's right. And we started like getting together, like, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and try to do it the right way at least.
Right. Because so year two, we were also still living with his parents, um really trying to figure out like what our move was going to be like. We started looking for houses, and that was interesting too because I wasn't working. I had a business that I had started, and it wasn't making any money.
Mm.
um and Henry was actually the only one working, so we were looking into buying a home with one salary and trying to figure out how to get in a place financially where we could make that possible. So I do remember that was some of the things that we were dealing with in year two.
Yeah, well, your business it was turning a profit. It wasn't as big as you wanted to be, but it was
It
turning
was
a
not
profit.
turning a profit, it was making,
It was making
we
what?
had a couple clients, but it was not turning a profit.
That's crazy. I had the vision for that business way back when, and that's like what people are doing now.
I know. Imagine if we would have stuck with it.
Oh yeah, you'd have been crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Renee Shopping Services.
Yep. We definitely were ahead of our of the
Ahead of your
time.
time. Yeah, now people got what, Instacart, Walmart, like.
Everything now, but it's okay. It is what it is.
Mm.
So, anyways, we started thinking about finances and how to even have conversations about money. And interestingly enough, what we learned in year two, we still apply today and how we approach financial conversations for sure.
Absolutely. I think that part, like that year learning about finances, it really opened up our eyes to what we could obtain and what we could have if we work together
Mm-hmm.
and both become like vulnerable and transparent. Well, I'd say 70 for me, 30 for you. Cause I was the one who needed to like really be understanding of like what to do and how to do it.
But it's like once we've got the figured it out, I guess, like we really did work together really well. We paid off a lot of debt. We paid off a car. We
Absolutely.
started to save. We really, really did get ourselves in a good position. Like it really just took for us to understand how to have conversations about money,
Mm.
and then not just the conversations, how to plan what to do with our finances. And I
Yeah.
think, like, I think we've talked about this before on past episodes, but we always recommend Financial Peace University to couples, especially those just starting out, just learning about blending your money. It just really helped and blessed us a lot.
Hmm. I would say it even gave us the like the way to look at money as a tool and not a present. You know what I mean? Like a tool that you can use every day and it helps you build things, put things together. And opposed to like a present is like a one time thing. Oh, and spend it on yourself. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It. I definitely agree with it. It had us looking at money differently. Remember we used to do like the emergency funds
Yes.
with that, and we felt like was it what was it like 200, 250? That was like so hard to get to, and just keep it on cash. But I'm just saying, for the sake of the podcast, that Financial Peace University really helped us in our marriage, helped us to grow individually and like together on how to manage our money, how to look at money, how to tell money what to do and where to go, and how you want to spend it. Because if you don't, you just you ain't gonna have none.
I mean, but honestly, like those principles are just foundations that never go away. So, like, even the emergency fund, like, that's still something that
We try to
we
implement.
try to keep going. Like the way that we look at how we pay our bills, the way that we look at having financial meetings, like we still do that. And I think that that is, well, I know for sure that's the way we've been able to attain a lot of the things that we went after in our marriage. And so
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever see us not using those principles. Um, Even when we start to think about how we are raising our children, like, and how they think about money, and how, teaching them financial literacy, which is just, being totally honest, not something that both of us were raised in a home where we were taught about how to manage money. And so we're making that a point that we teach our children about managing money and understanding how to save and how to invest and understanding financial terms, just
Mm.
things that we just did not have the privilege of as when we grew up. Like now, just because of things that we've learned in our marriage, we can now teach those things to our children.
Yeah, it's funny how you talk about the things that we were taught. Cause now my pops might have been like totally genuine in saying this to me, but I grew up hearing a lot. I'd be like, "What you doing?" "Oh man, I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul." And now that I'm older, I think I'm like, why do you have to rob somebody to pay somebody else? Like, what type of thinking is that?
And I mean, honestly, it's a thinking that a lot of people have. Like you have to take some from over here and put it over here, and a lot of people live their lives that way. But it doesn't have to be that way. And I think it's just a matter of how we're raised, how we're taught, and fortunately, unfortunately, whatever, for us, like, and many people like us, like we have to unlearn a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things that our parents taught us and learn a better system,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to finances.
Oh, 100%. Like, I don't know. I try my best not to use that term. I might have used it not knowingly. I'm like, wait,
You used
I
to
don't.
use it to me in the beginning. I used to be like, "What the heck are you talking about?"
Yeah, like man, I gotta rob Peter to pay
I
Paul.
used to be like, "Nah, we can't live like this, bro. Like,
Facts.
that is not something I plan on doing for
Yeah.
our life."
And I think you realize even when you get older, like I don't want to be saying all the time I'm broke or I don't have
Oh
it.
no, no, no,
Like,
no.
because when you start speaking those words into existence, you put out in the atmosphere. It's
Yeah,
like you put that before you. Like that's what you say. That's what it is, and
yeah.
that is a terrible thing to live by.
It is not even in my vocabulary. I don't even like to use that word. Um, and like honestly, like it's a mindset too, right? Like if that's how you walk around feeling about yourself and things, that's how you're gonna manage your money. Like it with a broke mindset. Like regardless of how much money I got in my pocket or in the bank, I don't walk around with a mindset of being broke. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's really important to like just first of all change your mindset about how you're gonna move, how you're gonna like deal with your finances. And I feel like that's like step one. And then after you do that, because honestly, that's kind of how financial peace was. It talked to us from a scriptural standpoint about managing finances and being good stewards, and like so it really touched on our mind before it even touched on where to put money.
Mm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what's up. Definitely like that. I'm saying I agree with you with the spiritual aspect of having us become good stewards over it. It's like, how can God trust you with $1,000 if you don't take care of $10?
I
Or
used to always say that.
yeah,
Hmm.
and then you like bump it up. Like you want to be, you say, Lord, I'm ready for to be a millionaire. Like, no, you're not. Like you haven't even paid your bills properly or on time. Like, how can you manage this amount of money, or how can you manage other people's money if you're not doing well with yours?
But oh my God, the funny thing is, like, think about all the people who won the lottery and then are just like a year later they're broke. I mean, it ultimately like if you can't manage $10, you can't manage 10 million. It's just it's it's still a management issue. It's not necessarily like having all this money. Like
Mm,
so it's just again learn changing your mindset and how you and the moves that you're gonna make. Like it's funny, I saw something the other day and it was like three rules of like being rich or something like that. It was like number one rule, don't tell your family. Like don't tell them, don't let them know, like don't move differently. Like you have to like it's kind of have to not that it has to be a secret, but like the moment you tell people, it's like you owe people something. Like, oh, take care of this person, take care of this person. Like you can do all that without them
mm,
knowing that you have X amount of dollars. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you can still help people without saying, "Oh, I won a lottery. Let me give you $1,000." Like, no. Like, what would be the best way that you could help them? Like so. You just got to be really smart with like your finances. And I don't know necessarily if telling a whole bunch of people who are not smart with their finances what you got going on is the way to do it.
don't tell people your finances. That's crazy. I heard a line from a Kanye West song years ago, and he was like, I can't go to family reunions because everybody be asking me for money. And he was like, don't come to me with that bill stuff. He's like, because everybody got them that ain't children. Like, we all have bills.
Right.
We all got to take care of it. So I ain't going to tell you I got money because I don't want you to spend my money and you doing whatever you want to do with yours.
But anyways, back to the whole point. I think year two was when we really, we sat down and was like, okay, let's figure out this financial thing. What are we gonna do from a future perspective? Like, cause one, we can't live here with your parents forever,
Mm-hmm.
right? Two, we don't want to be in debt. Like, we want to be able to like save and not be paying debt collectors all the time. So like that was the year we really kind of started to buckle down and learn how to like deal with money as a couple.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is interesting too, right? Because if like it's funny if you never learned how to deal with money by yourself, then trying to come into it as a couple and deal with it, like
mm,
that's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing because now you gotta like run what you do by your partner. Like, and it's funny. Henry always talks about how hard it was for him to like talk about money, but there was a part that was hard for me too. And the part that was hard for me was like putting our money in a joint account. Do you remember how I was like so against that?
you still are to this day.
Okay, I am not. We have joint accounts.
Yeah, but you don't put into it like I put into it.
Okay, so that is not true.
Please explain, Sherelle.
That is not true. First of all, this the thing I was against. The main thing I was against was Henry wanted us to put all of our money in one account, like not have separate accounts at all. And the thing for me is like I get having an account where like that's the house money, like all the bill money, like a space where we just like that's like our place that the joint stuff gets paid out of. I also feel like, however, I'm a grown woman, you're a grown man. We should have our own money too. Like, I don't want to have to run it by you if I want to buy myself something or buy you something. Or, like, I feel like we both should have a certain level of freedom to just, like, if I feel like buying myself something, I can do that.
That's like that's a great excuse.
It's not an
Hold
excuse,
on, I didn't interrupt you,
but it's not an
but I
excuse.
didn't interrupt you either.
It's not an
That's a
excuse.
great excuse to remain on your point on why you don't want to do that particular thing. Cause even with a joint account, you can still buy you something. You don't have to run it by me. You can still buy me something. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And vice versa.
no. Because then the money in a joint account is supposed to be for specific things. Like, so if we just dip it in that account all the time, like, see, here's the thing. Like, look at it like this way. Let me maybe if I explain it this way. So, like with the financial piece, one of the things they said was like, tell your money where to go, right? So you will put a certain amount of money like in an account for emergency fund. You'll put a certain amount of money up for bills. Then you'll put a certain amount of money up where you it's like your pocket money. Like you could spend it how you want. Like my separate account is my pocket money. Like I spend it how I want. It don't need to be coming out of the account where the bill money at.
Yeah, I get you.
So
But you're speaking out of context a little bit
no, I'm not.
because no, I'm telling you why you are because the purpose of telling the money where to go was to have like envelopes, the envelope method, not the account method, and where you would have cash.
Okay, but no matter how you want to put it, like the cash that's in my account is my spending money. I could take it and put it in an envelope, or I could do whatever I want with it. It's my spending money. Like the money that's in the joint account, that's not my spending money. I'm not dipping into that to do whatever. The money that's left over in my account, that's my spending money.
Okay.
No, anyways, Henry wanted to take all of our money and just put it all in one account. And that to me, that doesn't even, that actually goes against what we were taught in our financial course because it literally says don't do that. It says put things in specific places for specific things, tell the money where to go. So if we just dumping it all in one account and using that account for all these different things, that's not the same thing.
You're changing it,
I'm
the
not.
narrative. I understand putting all the money in different accounts and areas. I'm just talking about like a joint account for us. You're going from a different like
But we have a
aspect.
joint account for us.
Yeah, but you just okay, I get it.
You don't, and you're trying to be funny, and it's fine,
I'm
and
not trying to
it
be.
honestly doesn't matter.
I'm not trying to be
Like
funny at all.
I'm never gonna budge on that. I always believe I should have my own money and you should have yours. Like I don't believe
And that's fine.
that it's nothing that will ever convince me of different. I do I agree with you when it comes to having a joint account for us to have joint funds and for specific things, but I also believe We're both grown people. We both work hard. I shouldn't have to ever beg you or ask you if I could buy something for myself.
You never have.
And I never will.
Like you never asked me if you can buy something.
That's okay. Now you're just making up stuff. All right, that's our
That's what
time.
you just
Year
said.
two. You said I never asked you if I could buy something.
Like you said, you never will. Like you don't want to ask me. I guess if we get a joint account, to can you buy something or do
But
something?
we have a joint account. So tell me what specifically what other joint account do we need? We already have a joint account. We have two actually. We no, we actually probably have. I think we have three. We have three joint accounts. What do we need another joint account for?
You're asking a random question that
That's
doesn't
not
need to be
random.
answered.
That's what we've been talking about this whole time. Exactly.
Okay,
We
Shireal.
don't need one. All right, y'all. That's our time. Year two was about money, and clearly that never goes away because we're still talking about it. So
Yep.
look forward to how much this continues.
Peace.
Bye.